So this is amazing. I'm looking at the digestive system, and father gets the last word. Okay, so this is mind blowing. Okay, anus parallels father, just like sphincter. Internal and external sphincter are the muscles that control the closure of the anus, and then amazingly, so rectum, just above anus here, parallels Christ flawlessly, and then the two knit together, just like Christ plus Father, to make gorgeous three fest. So watch the numbers on this. This will blow your mind, the accuracy of God in this terminology. Okay, it's His story. He's in charge. He's been sovereign over all this, and so take a look at it now. Okay, lots of things here. So we saw sphincter in the previous video, letter for father. Okay, anus is obvious for father, plus father minus 3. But look at the obvious. So rectum equals Christ plus 3, anus is father minus 3, all for the Trinity. But rectum has the 2 plus 2's, okay, it's perfect for Christ, okay. 2 plus 2's, a single plus 1, and then 3 letters that divide by 3, just like in Christ. No less, the C equals the R, the U differs from an I by 12, multiple of 6. The M differs from an S by 6 perfectly. T equals a T, and then an E differs from an H by 3, yielding a Trinity glorifying 3 there. And then the word anus, which is the end of the line, equals father minus 3, plain and simple. Okay, so very glaring how, and then you put the two together, and then of course, you know, you can simply, the word whole is a plus 1 for father as well, it equals 40. Okay, it is a whole at the end of your digestive tract. It is father minus 18. But now, what do we get when we put rectum plus anus together? Well, of course, it's going to equal Christ plus father, because you had the minus 3 plus 3. Isn't that divine? It's totally divine. It's absolutely divine. And so now you get your famous 135, which equals love plus half love. There, I just solved the human rectum in the anus. And if rectum in the anus equals love plus half love, which perfectly equals the famous, I'll put the names of God above, Christ plus Father, equals, of course, the exact same thing. Try and get a little nice spacing here. Almost there. It's about there. There you go. Okay. 135 for the Trinity is 3 times 3 times 3 times 5, and 5 is the third prime. Okay. But love equals 54, half love is 27, so I like to say. So that is a God-ordained glory for Christ and the Father. Look at that. That's the end of the line in your body as far as food is concerned. Here's your digestive tract. It ends in the anus, which parallels Father. Above the anus is the rectum. A perfect heaven, God-ordained combination of letters. Rectum parallels Christ. Anus parallels Father. Father gets the last word. Rectum plus anus knit together perfectly to equal Christ plus Father, love plus half a love. And this is even better because the sphincter, your sphincter muscles are the official muscles that control the opening and closure of the anus, from all I understand. We solve sphincter for father, and this is really cool because internal divides by 3 just like external. So when you say internal sphincter, it maintains +1 offset for father just like external sphincter. Wow. Now you want to see more, don't you? Now you want to solve a few more of these things. Now, so let's just finish the party with sphincter. With the, I mean, these words are pretty fun to say. Oh, so internal, so internal sphincter, internal is 93. Wow, I mean, internal is just loaded with 3s. I should show you this calculator here. These artistic effects are actually what made me say wow, is the fact that you get 2 equal teams in both the hopscotch effect and the slice and half effect, which is pretty awesome. And then external sphincter. What is external? 99. So internal is 93, external is 99, pure threes. And then you add that sphincter, it maintains +1 from father. Okay, so done. Okay. All right. And you can get father perfectly in sphincter. Remember that center that equals the center father, and then the S plus the E adds 24. So if I bold underline these, there's 58 perfectly. Oh my gosh! So sphincter equals love father, or father love, the greatest commandment, love father. Okay, but the father that I just underlined there is beautifully in bold because the SE equals the bookends of father, this equals the center of father, and then PT plus R is 36 plus 666 respectively to make love perfectly for the Trinity. So sphincter equals the greatest command of all, which equals love father. It also equals the most desirable thing in the universe, which is father love. You know, just to switch the words around and give father the first word. Okay, so that's the word sphincter. Whether sphincter equals love father. So father really gets the last word on what happens near the end of your body. And of course, gluteus maximus is one of my favorite muscles to preach on, at least at the present moment. And that's the one most people know. Gluteus maximus is plus gluteus divides by, this is parallel with the sphincter combo, where this first word divides by threes. In fact, we've just gone up in sixes. This was 93, 99, then 105. Maximus equals the great 100. It's just perfect for father. King number, father plus 42. And so father gets the last word. Sphincter, maximus, your gluteus maximus, was created by father. He gets the last word. And there's been a lot of people in history with the last name Maximus. But it is your gluteus maximus. Wow, look at the love in gluteus maximus. The letters that divide by 3 equal love perfectly. That's very cool. And I'll bet you can pop off the 42 with a little bit of homework. 33. Yeah, there's one way of doing it. So there's your 42 bonus, and then here's your father sitting right there. And no less, the MU makes your 34, the dead center father, just like in sphincter, and the X tidally makes the bookends of father. Okay, so there's maximus, your gluteus maximus for father. Okay, so father gets the last word. So not surprisingly, he gets the last word on your digestive tract. Anus, rectum was Christ, mind-blowingly. So rectum was 3 points higher than Christ. Anus was 3 points less than father. Put the two together perfectly. Rectum plus anus equals Christ plus father, love plus half love. Wow. And then we saw the sphincter for father. Okay, so what else in your digestive system do you want to? I was noticing, oh my, the duodenum, which is on top, is +1 for father. Man, all of a sudden I was solving muscles and then we switched into duodenum. 97, 3 points less than Maximus. Duodenum. As usual, poking around. I would call it the duodenum, because now you have +2s exceed +1s by 2 precisely, just like in father. And rest letters divided by 3, the duodenum. And now the offset from father is a multiple of 6. It's father plus 72, no less, which is a fantastic number. Divides by 24 as well, and 36, a double of it. So the duodenum certainly declares the name of the father. Man, now I got to brush up on all these things. Nice simple diagram. The first section of the small intestine. Oh man, intestine is father. Intestine is screamingly father. 3 plus 2's on the left, 3 plus 2's on the right. Wow. And the S at the dead center is the offset for Father. Wow. Should we solve your intestine for the Father? Well, need I say more? Of course we should. Father owns your intestine. And there's the small and the large. But look at this. This is so beautiful. So 3 plus 2 is TNE, which is replicated. In fact, like int, like first, like the same letters, front and back. It's just glaring what God is up to. And the S in the dead center provides the +1 offset, just like the TH in the center there, flanked in 6's. So amazing. Look at how intestine is flawless for Father. This is going to blow your mind. Okay, so, and I knew these were going to divide by 6. NT is 39, just waiting for an I to come along. These 4 letters equal 48. Of course, a multiple of 6. And they equal the same 4 letters over here, 48. And then this provides +1 offset in the center, differing by 9 no less, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 from this dead center. And then since Father is flanked in 6's, 6, and then 24, that perfectly parallels this whole, the 48 here and the 48 there. There you go. We just solved the intestine. In every use of the word, small intestine, large intestine, whatever, for God the Father. Wow. And other details to note, glories here in 6's. Wow, and even the letters and strokes. 9 letters, 21 strokes. Father is accomplished in 6 letters and 18 strokes. Letters and strokes divided by 3 in both words. Amazing for the Trinity. But look at this. The single +1 in both words. I'm gonna make a separate painting for you here. Yes, we are solving. And you can take this higher by referring to the intestine. Because now you get a triple. You get like this triple of +2, triple of +2's, and then the solo +1. Amazing. And now you still have letters and strokes divided by 3, of course, because that contributes 3 and 9 respectively. And now you're up to Father +90 perfectly, the intestine. But allow me to squeeze the glory out here. The S is the soul +1 in intestine. That differs flawlessly by 18, 666 from the A in Father. And then listen to this now. The THE, the 3 plus 2's in Father, of course they equal this, but the NTE that sits here and the NTE that sits at the back, a T is a T, and E is an E. And the best part though is that an H differs from an N by 6 points perfectly. Another difference of 6's. Now, having said that very easily, now, oh, this just keeps getting better and better. Now I know that this N in intestine equals the dead center of Father. And then the I plus the I equals 666, which equals the R, and then F is 6. So it's just maximum. So Father completely owns the word intestine. Another detail I want to mention is that the pair of N's equals the dead center of Father. Very famous because they each differ from a T and an H by 6 in either direction. Of course, the word test parallels Father right near the center. You can mention that. This whole cluster right in there. Enough said. We've really hit this one. Oh my gosh. This S that parallels the TH at the dead center is then wrapped perfectly in love. TET plus I is love. Amazing. And then this bonus adds 42 on the ends, which divides by 6. No less, it's the same digits as the bookends here. So you're basically staring at the most gorgeous thing of all time when you solve the human intestine, or any intestine, for God the Father. Wow. Done. There it is. There, we've just solved the intestine. And every use of the word, the small intestine, the large intestine, for God the Father. The current date and time, as always, for historic purposes, is precisely such. There you go. You heard it here first. We solved your intestine. Father created it. What else will we find in your body? Okay. See, because you have the anterior and proximal intestines and all that good stuff. But that's double love. Anterior equals is gorgeous for Father. The word anterior is flawless for Father. Like there's your It's just embarrassing, actually. Anterior is so embarrassing. The 1 plus 1, the 3 plus 2s that parallel THE, and then, you know, adding to 40, which is 6 points higher than the dead center father, and then you get this cluster bomb of 6s on the end, triple 6, quadruple 6, and triple 6, and then in the word anterior. And what's anterior is always in the front. You know, like the front of the human body, which is the most glorious part. And so God the Father is at the front of all the worshippers of heaven and everything in the universe. So how fitting that the word anterior screams out Father. The anterior intestine, you know, then is a father double. So the duodenum was Father. The duodenum. Remember we detailed that? That is gorgeously Father. Chain linked and bookended with 3s now. Bookended, chain, calculator reports it. It's the first section of the small intestine, courtesy of this fine diagram. Man, it's crazy. And then it connects to the duodenum, which is also +1. In fact, they differ by 3 points perfectly. Amazing. Going down 3. Amazing. And by the way, stomach is +1 for Father. Better yet, say the stomach, because now +2s outweigh +1s by exactly 2 in count, and now the stomach equals love Father. The stomach equals the greatest command, love Father. So there you go, we just solved your stomach. If you've ever had a full stomach, thank Father. By the way, thank equals love. So the stomach equals thank Father, equals love Father, equals Father love. But look at the love. It's basically, love is at the front of the word stomach, and then the rest equals Father. Furthermore, that Father is comprised of an A-T-H-E. Bang. And then the other 3 letters equal 24. So there you go, the stomach. Your stomach has been solved in the name of the Father. Wow. I'm marveling. Yeah, the M at the dead center of stomach parallels the TH at the dead center of Father. The bookends divide by 3, the TO, and this. Yeah, obvious. So we solved your stomach. What else? Helium divides by 3, equaling holy. Oh boy, this is just... Okay, there's a whole lot of stuff here. Should we solve your gallbladder? Whoa. Okay, one thing at a time. Ooh, there's a good diagram. That's what I like to see. There's a gorgeous diagram I can stare at. Okay. Here we go. There we go. So stomach is on top. So we solved stomach for Father, and we solved anus. So Father gets the top and the bottom. Anus, Father. Stomach, Father. Anytime 2 words are related, I like to compare them. Usually they differ by 6s. Yes, they do. Stomach is 79 and anus is 55. Well, not only do they differ by 6s, but they differ by 12, and like the most famous 12 of all, which is, of course, plus 24. So, how fitting. So they both parallel Father. And when 2 words are glaringly related, I've seen them all the time, differ by a multiple of 6, okay? So stomach is 24 points higher than anus, and they both parallel Father gorgeously. This is love on the end, the word son, by the way. And this is love on the beginning. Wow. So just allow me to state the obvious. Love is at the front of the word stomach, and it's at the back of the word anus. And God was leading me to find love in words from the very beginning of this. So isn't that amazing? So love is at the front of the stomach, and love is at the back of the anus. Love is on the bookends of this entire display of your digestive system. So stomach on top, anus on the bottom. Love comes first, love comes last. Wow. in 3 letters, composed of a 1, 2, 3 in both words. Here you have the STO, which is at the dead center of history. And then for anus, you have the sun, as in the sun in the sky. Oh yeah, that's satisfying, isn't it? I feel like eating something. Okay, so there you go. The famous STO at the center of history. You have a +1, +2, and a letter that divides by 3 in order. Down here you have a +1, a +2, and a 3, just kind of toggled one. 1, 2, 3. Stunning. Oh my gosh, like this is so stunning. This, like, as you look at this, the S is +1. Now the +2 here is T. That differs from 6 by this N. And then the O, obviously, differs from the U by 6 in the other direction, so that you have perfect, flawless equivalence between the STO and the NUS to make love exactly. Wow. So your stomach and your anus. God ordained these letters, and He speaks them more than any of us and all humans combined. God is speaking through doctors, God is speaking through physicians, God is speaking through people of all ages and all backgrounds. The word anus and the word stomach, and He likes it exactly the way that it is. He ordained it. So, how does He do it? Well, you can ask Him. Okay, when you get to heaven. Okay, now, so that was awesome. We solved stomach on top, anus comes at the back. So we solved stomach for father, anus for father, sphincter for father. The duodenum was also father, so father's on top. Okay, so stomach. How does duodenum? Duodenum was odd too. So duodenum was odd. Oh, duodenum equals the same digits as stomach. So I told you, related things. Watch for offsets of 6s. You know, I'm trying to be an accountant here and line this all up nicely, but whatever time permits. So obviously this is plus 18 on top of stomach. See that? Offsets of 6s. So duodenum, oh, excuse me, my zoom level. So duodenum is obvious for father, just like stomach, just like anus. What else will we find in your digestive tract? In you, little old you, what will we find? So we solved intestine. Now this is really cool. Oh yeah, large intestine. Large is +1 for father, so that's a father comma. Small divides by 3. Amazingly, when you put them together now, you'll get a beautiful 3-fest, because you got 3 + 1s. Small divides by 3. So you put together your large intestine with your small intestine, and it all divide by 3 for the Trinity. So, but apparently the small intestine comes first. What's amazing, apparently if you call this the colon, this is mind-blowing. It's going to blow your mind, the accuracy in it. Large intestine is +1 + 1 for an overall offset of +2. Well, that's screaming out in the word colon, because every letter divides by 3, ending in a single letter that's +2. So large intestine altogether is +2, just like colon. You knit that together with the small intestine, which is +1, and it divides by 3 in perfect harmony. Now, when we solve the duodenum, the jejunum is also +1, the ileum divides by 3. You can knit together the entire system and just be like, the puzzle piece has been completed. Okay. But I marvel at how all the top items, stomach, duodenum, jejunum, are all +1, +1, +1 for father. What was jejunum? Jejunum, it was like 3 points less or something. Jejunum. And I like to preach on the end. The when you say is at the dead center of father. We solved that in previous video, but I'll do it for you again, so you can see how father gets the last word on your duodenum and your jejunum. Man, if I could talk like this, like real fast all the time, I'd be so, the duodenum and the jejunum. So look, this is so cool, how it points to father. A U equals an AT, and an HE equals an M. Bang. Okay. We talked about that earlier, and that's why people say when they don't. I say it all the time. So okay. All right. I say as a filler word. Well, I do that instinctively to the glory of the Father, because is at the dead center of father mathematically. So, thank you for glorifying the Father. Perfect. Thank you for glorifying the Father. So duodenum, father gets the last word, and then even the offset. Wow, this is down 3 points. Just they differ by 3. Went down 3. We saw it earlier. Man, and they end in 48. I have an E there. This is crazy, the similarity. Like, there's your 2 plus 1s repeated. There's your E staring you in the face. No less, these 2 plus 1s differ by 6s, which is king offset. It's just handing itself to us. Okay. Wow, bookends 33. Okay, duodenum, jejunum. Wow, that already made a perfect 3 fest. 270, 3 times 3 times 30. Putting those 3 plus 1s together. Lovely. And then, if you want to add more 3s to the party, ilium comes along, which divides by 3. In fact, it equals 60 exactly. So putting your stomach, plus your duodenum, plus your jejunum, plus your ilium, you get 330 perfectly for the Trinity. And it just keeps stacking together. And then, if you add the colon and the anus, then you get more 3s. So why don't we just keep going and stick the colon in here. That combines with the anus and make a beautiful 3 fest. Just keep jacking this there. That all calculated adds tidily to 444. Pretty lovely 3 fest for the Trinity. But so now I want to see. Oh yeah, so the small intestine plus the large intestine. Small intestine plus the large intestine is going to divide by 3, and then I want to confirm that by the fact that, oh my gosh, you heard it here first, equals 330 perfectly. That's pretty glaring, isn't it? Okay. And this was triple, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1 for Father. But then now, you notice that large intestine is plus 2 to parallel the word colon. Okay? And I just want to get a little, in fact, they differ by 99 perfectly. That is disturbingly obvious. So, ay caramba. So large intestine equals colon plus 99. Pretty obvious, eh? How it maintains the parallelism for the Trinity. Okay. Both of them end in plus 1 letters, you know, which means they're preceded by a gold train of 3s. And I say that because colon is pure 3s. But allow me to pull up your colon in Wikipedia. Yeah, see? The large intestine or the colon. Oh, now there's other terms, but we solve the rectum and the anus. Sigmoid colon, that's beautiful. Because that's a Jesus, oh no, it's a Father Christ combo. I can't resist. Sigmoid colon. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. You hear you out of my own lips before I even knew the total. It equals Father plus Christ. You heard me say it. I said that's a Father Christ combo. I recognize that this is plus 1 for Father. I recognize that this was plus 2 for Christ. Oh my gosh, this is going to blow your mind. And it equals the same thing as Father plus Christ. So watch this. This is plus 18 over Father, offsets of 6s. This colon is minus 18, of course, from Christ. It has to be, so that equivalence is achieved. That is a miracle once again. You heard it here first, folks, on the solving of all things for the Trinity. There you go. Bang. It just turned into the 24th of October, past midnight now. And the fire's burning. Okay, so look at that. That is the sigmoid colon. I have no idea what it is, but it's screamingly beautiful mathematically. So the sigmoid colon turns into the rectum, and then remember rectum, oh my gosh, rectum plus anus equals the same thing as sigmoid colon. There's a 1-2 punch. Remember we just did rectum plus anus equals Christ plus Father, love plus half a love. That is the exact same value as sigmoid colon. So altogether, these 4 words are going to add perfectly to 270, which is 3 times 3 times 30, also known as love plus love plus love plus love plus love. 5 loves perfectly. That is riveting data. And every single human listening to me has these items in their body. So it applies to all of us. It applies to all of us. And that's why we're preaching these things. So, allow me. Father plus Christ equals the great 135 equals love plus half a love. Let's get the pluses in there just for clarity and thoroughness. Love is 54. Half love is 27. Okay, you can split love in half to get 2 equal 27s. Wow. Which is, of course, 3 times 3 times 3 times the third prime that glorifies the Trinity. Okay. But now sigmoid colon. Oh my gosh. So sigmoid was 15 points higher than Father, 76. Colon was 18 points less than Christ. Therefore, flawless to equal 135, the same value as Father plus Christ. We solved your sigmoid colon. And then remember, after that came the rectum. This is mind-blowing. God does this all the time in Scripture, where he goes up and he goes down. And I always get revelations like this in worship songs. Sigmoid colon, Father, Christ, and then next comes rectum, anus. Father, Christ, Christ, Father. So Father gets the first word, and he gets the last word. Sigmoid colon, rectum, anus. Sigmoid colon, rectum, anus. That's the order that food flows through your digestive tract. Sigmoid colon, rectum, anus. Father gets the first word, Father gets the last word, Christ gets the 2 words in the middle. Wow. Okay. Bang, bang. Okay. There's a fancy term for that in theology dictionaries from biblical findings, but you can. Okay, so rectum. Just reviewing what we already solved above. Rectum is plus 3 from Christ, and anus is minus 3 from Father for the Trinity at large, equals the famous 135, love plus half love, which equals Father plus Christ perfectly. There you have it. There it is. We solved the sigmoid colon and the rectum and the anus for Father and Christ. Bam. And bam is plus 1. 16. So now you can study the letters a bit more and say, well, how does that compare to those letters compare to Father? And then colon for Christ. Let's just spend a few moments here. So, you know what? I can't resist doing Christ and colon first because they are so similar. They both end. This is so glaring. So glaring. That's why I'm doing this one first. I'm doing the easy one first. Look at this. They both end. All of these letters divided by 3 in colon. And then the single plus 2 is right on the end, which is why this was so glaring for Christ from the very beginning. Okay, plus 2 right on the end. Furthermore, it differs by 6. Okay, now here's your love at the dead center of Christ. Composed of 2 27s, no less. The 2 27s in love. Well, there's your L-O. The first 2 letters of love. Okay, they both start with C. And then this O divides by 3. You know, there's so many easy paintings you can make in Threeville to I don't know what's going on there. But allow me to point out that detail, okay? That the LO equals the RI or the HS, and then this O differs from the HS by 12 points perfectly. C equals a C. T differs from an N by 6. Okay, in both cases, Christ is on top, wins. Okay, an HS is 12 points higher than an O. A T is 6 points higher than N, yielding your total overall offset. Okay, that Christ is 18 points higher than colon. Flawless. And see how you get more glory. How did that offset come to be? Oh, 6 points difference from the TN. Oh, 12 points difference from the HSO. And then you can obviously do just an obvious 3 fast painting. If you wanted, you could paint this guy green. Okay. And just to highlight beautiful 3s in order between Christ and colon. Okay. So Christ owns your colon. Now Father and the sigmoid. Step right up. Wow. Shooting for a lot of things here. Oh my gosh, there's so many things. A G equals an FA, an M equals an HE. Wow, an S differs from an R by 1, D from this. These letters parallel. I like to shoot for symmetry when possible. So the first thing that actually jumped out at me is that the M at the dead center parallels the TH at the dead center. They're providing your +1 offset. Okay. And then why don't you compare these letters here? Up here it makes 6, and down here these combine to make 666. And then cluster bomb the last letters together, and what is it going to yield? An S plus a G. Now, other things I want to point out in just a moment. That is 23, 38, 45. So there's one parallel painting of Father sigmoid, and I like it very much. But another, oh man, there's always a lot to do. This was, oh yeah, minus 18. Oh, by the way, can you find colon in Christ? Yeah, watch this. Bang. There it is. In order. So now those letters equal colon, which equals 59. Pretty glaring, isn't it? The pair of O's is 3 points higher than the HS, and then the L is also 3 points higher than the I, and then the N is 6 points less than the T to provide equivalence right at the finish line. There you go, we just found colon in Christ. And of course that applies to the punctuation known as the colon. Okay. Is Christ cool? Yes, he is. He's the coolest person in the universe, right next to Father, of course. Okay, so Father, sigmoid. Pop off 18. Well, there's another thing to mention. That's what I was actually getting to, is find Father in sigmoid. Well, it's perfectly symmetrical. You pop off the 2 I's. Okay, I'll highlight the I's. And there's Father gorgeously in the word sigmoid. In perfect, beautiful symmetry. SGMO. There's Father 58. Stunningly. And it's very stunning because the 2 I's are just straight lines. Just. So there's Father in sigmoid. And one major detail. This is huge. I'm going to hit something really big here. Sigmoid is composed purely of +1s and letters that divide by 3. There are 4 +1s in sigmoid, and then the rest of the letters divide by 3. Well, Father is +1. So that, letter for letter, points to Father, and that is confirmed by the fact that colon is only a single +2. And of course, Christ is +2. And then the rest of the letters divide by 3. So that is another big ordinance that is obvious to mention. Is there anything else we might like to walk through here? I think that's pretty good. You can always find, wow, that was like 48 on the left there, 48 on the right. That's pretty amazing. But I think I like a lot of, oh yeah, a couple other things I wanted to mention. Wow, yeah, this IO equals the FR. This G differs from an A by 6 points exactly. And then this is so cool. An S is 1 point less than a T, a D is 1 point less than an E. M equals the HE. There's a lot of beauty in there. The I plus the I equals the R. A G equals an FA. And S plus a D is 23. Yeah, if you shoot for offsets of 6s between sigmoid and Father, there's a lot to see. Okay. For example, the A versus the G is a 6 points different. And then, oh man, I got to make another painting here. I'm just getting a fresh flood here. Watch this. It's going to blow your mind. An MO equals the TH. That just jumped out of me. Equals the TH in Father. So that's huge to peg that. So cool. TH in Father equals NMO in sigmoid. And then I was shooting for 6s. So going that route, an A differs from a G by 6 points exactly. And then an I plus an I equals an R, being 666. What should I paint those? You know, well, let's make those gold. Okay. Let's bolden these things that we've accounted for and leave these out, and then we can appreciate what's left. Okay. And then an S plus a D, oh my gosh, equals the ER. That's crazy. And that's very beautiful, very obvious, because an S differs from an R by 1 point, and an E differs from a D by 1 point in the opposite direction. That is stunning. So, see that beauty? ER equals SD, TH equals MO. A differs from, and then an FA equals a G. Oh my gosh. Basically wow, that just fell into us. There's a letter for letter equivalence fest between father and sigmoid. And actually that was just a natural extension of this painting we began here, finding father and sigmoid, and it just fell into our lap. There, see, a little patience and we squeeze some extra glory out. So there's father solved for sigmoid, Christ for colon, ER equals SD, FA equals G, TH equals MO, and then the two I's provide the bonus 18 offset that makes sigmoid 18 points higher than father. So if I was to just pop off these two I's, you're staring at father perfectly in value. Done. There it is. All right. I'm satisfied. Let's go back to the, and then we solve the intestine for father, and then if you say the small intestine, that's just going to be pure threes. This is, by the way, in fact, this is glaring because it's pure sixes. This is going to blow your mind. This equals 33, composed of 3 plus 2s. This equals 33, composed of 3 plus 1s. Put them together, you get 66 and 6 letters. That is followed by 2 12s, which is double 6. All this to say, that's like king offset from father. And we solved intestine, offset from father, and so the small intestine just hits it out of the park. Genius. Okay. Oh, that was good. Where did this diagram come from? Oh, right here. Liver is pure love. Okay, we did a lot there. Disturbingly, apparently this can also be called this is the iliac colon, this is the pelvic colon. Well, amazingly, pelvic and iliac are both plus 1s knit together with colon, which is Christ. So all these terms are knitting together. By the way, defecation ends in father, the famous TION, father gets the last word. In fact, defecation parallels father, philosophy. Defecation equals father plus 24. And he gets the last word because shun equals father. So anatomy of the anus and rectum, remember we solved that? Okay, so rectum is Christ. Rectum plus anus equals father plus Christ, and we solved the sphincter. So there's Uranus. We solved Uranus. Not the planet, but Uranus. Okay, there we go. And of course we have solved the planet because Uranus parallels father. But defecation is glaring for father. Again, simply put, number of plus 2s, EETN outweighs plus 1s, DA, just like in father, by 2. It's father plus 24, amazing. Bookends divided by 6, just like in father. That is screamingly glaring. The dead center provides your plus 1 offset of a tidy little 4, differing from the TH by 24. That's amazing. It ends in father. Defecation is the final act of digestion. Father. TION. Via the anus. Okay. Wow. So digestive tract is a father Christ combo. Digestive is the famous 100. And then tract is flawless for Christ, being 62. So put them together. Digestive tract equals triple love. I insist on solving some of the biggest words in world history. Digestive tract equals the Holy Ghost equals triple love. But the coolest thing is that it flawlessly parallels, once again, Father plus Christ, which is love plus half a love. Okay, digestive tract is a huge, important word. But tract parallels Christ with exactly 2 plus 2's. Okay, differ by 6's. The H differs from a T by 12. A single plus 1, no less, that differs from the S by 6's. Triple 6, 18. If you wanted, this R plus A equals the S. And then the rest of the letters divide by 3. No less, you have a C and an R. And then the I is your bonus, 3 times 3. So tract is screaming out Christ. Digestive is the king, 40 is 100, 42 on top of Father. Now, put the names of God on top. The more you look, the more you see in digestive land, like the bookends knit together to divide by 3. The most glaring thing that you should just point out is the number of plus 2's exceeds, oh no, you have an extra plus 1 there, T, okay. And they're very beautiful, and then the D provides the plus 1, GT, okay, lots of easy stuff in there. But I noted that the bookends in both divided by 3. This cluster bomb divides by 3, just like that cluster right there. This divides. I like, but what I actually do like the most is that the dead center letter provides offset. The S provides your offset. The center bookends divide by 3. I just want to clean this up a little bit. And then this is so cool because the A and E make double 3. But then look at how these little clusters in here, these clusters of 3 letters, do something very beautiful for 3's in digestive. Okay, you know those cookies, digestive cookies. Cookie equals father, but you have a 1, 2, 3 in each of these trios. Okay, a 1, a 2, and a 3. So this cluster divides by 3, just like this cluster over here. In fact, they differ by 30. We have a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Okay, so they parallel this section up in here. So you get this flawlessly symmetrical painting between Father and digestive. Okay, so all that to say that Father plus Christ own your digestive tract. And we solved the rectum. Defecation was easy to solve. Plus 1 in the toilet. All right, so we did that pretty well. We hit that pretty hard. Oh man. Wow, anal canal is a father-father double, very obvious. I mean, it's the word anal just like repeated with a 3 on top. Mm-hmm. Jeez. Yeah, there's just a lot of extra words there. Solved a lot of the big things. We solved a lot of the big ones. Interestingly, you put together ascending, transverse, and descending the overall, so there's +1 for father, beginning with ascending. All the rest divide by 3. Okay, we hit a lot of the